Hello friends, I am Parvez and this is our first video. This is our first video on Qt for Python or Pyside2. So in this video we are going to have a simple introduction to Pyside2 and also we will talk about the installation process. I will not touch Pyside2 coding because it will be on the next video that I will show you that how you can create your first window in Pyside2. But in this video we are going to talk about the difference between Pyside2 and PyQt5 and also difference between Pyside and Pyside2. So first of all, Pyside2 or Qt4 is the official release of Qt company for Python programming language. Now before this we had Pyside. Now the difference between Pyside2 and Pyside is that we can use Pyside for Qt4 and also Python 2.x, but for Pyside2 we can use Pyside2 with the latest version of Qt5 and also the latest version of Python. So and also the difference between Pyside2 and PyQt5 is that for the most part we can tell that PyQt5 and Pyside2 are very similar. Even the Qt for Python API is even designed to be compatible with PyQt5 moreover. So but the main difference is the license. Now the most significant difference between PyQt5 and Pyside2 is the license. PyQt5 is released under the GNU GPL v3 and the Riverbank commercial license, and Qt4 Python is available under the LGPL v3 and the Qt commercial license. Now the PyQt5 commercial license maybe costs around $550 with 1 year support, but the price of commercial Qt license varies depending on the size of your company and your application. So now we are going to talk about the Pyside2 modules. Qt for Python offers Python bindings for Qt, enabling the use of Qt5 APIs in Python applications. It lets Python developers utilize the full potential of Qt using the Pyside2 module. Also, the Pyside2 module provides access to the individual Qt modules such as QtCore, QtGui, and so on. So now the modules, we are going to talk about the Qt for Python modules. The first one is QtCore. Now the QtCore provides core non-GUI functionality. Like for example, we can tell that signal and slots. This is related to QtCore, and the properties, base classes of item, models, serialization, and etc. These are related to QtCore. For example, time and date, these are related to QtCore. The another one is the QtGui. Now if you see the name QtGui, GUI means a graphical user interface. Now it extends a QtCore with the GUI functionality. For example, events, windows, screens, OpenGL, Open Graphical Library, and raster-based 2D paintings and also images. These are related to QtGui module. The another one is Qt widgets. Now this is ready-to-use widgets for your application, including graphical elements for your UI. For example, push buttons, labels, edit texts, progress bars. These are related to widgets, Qt widgets module, and these are ready widgets that you can use for your user interface. So now we are going to talk about Pyside2, QML, and QtQuick. Now QtQML, this is the base Python API to interact with the QML module. QML is a Qt markup language that the main purpose of QML is that it separate the main design from the logic. You can design your for example application in QML. So QML is like JavaScript, the syntax is like JavaScript, and after that you can interact with the C++ or Python code. The another one is QtQuick. Now QtQuick provides classes for embedding QtQuick in the Qt application. Also we have QtQuick widgets. These are also it provides the QQuick widget class for embedding QtQuick in widget-based applications like push buttons, like progress bars, edit texts, like this. So another one is the data visualization. Now charts, diagrams, animations, these modules provide a large amount of classes that can help you include these elements in your UI. So the first one is Qt bar charts. Now Qt bar charts provides a set of easy to use chart components. Also we have Qt data visualization. It provides a way to visualize data in 3D as bar, scatter, and surface graphs. Now we are going to talk about Pyside2 Multimedia. So audio, video, and hardware interaction, these modules are for multimedia solutions. So the first one is the Qt Multimedia. Now it provides the low-level multimedia functionality. Also we have Qt Multimedia widget. It provides the widget-based multimedia APIs. So also we have Web Engine. Now if your project or application or software is based on a browser or the features around web-based applications, these modules will help you to interact with them. So we have Qt Web Engine widgets. The first one is it provides widgets that can handle web content. Also we have Qt Web Channel that enables peer-to-peer communication between a server and a client, for example HTML or JavaScript or QML application. So this was a simple introduction to Qt for Python, and now let me show you how you can install Pyside2 or Qt for Python. So guys, if you see pypy.org, you can see for installation we can pip install Pyside2. Now this is the latest version of Pyside2 5.13. So this is the latest version for Qt5 framework. You can simply just copy this, and in the your terminal you can paste this like this, and you can hit install. Because I have already installed Pyside2, now you can see the requirement already satisfied, and now this is the latest version and I don't need to install this. You can install like this, and so you can see in here we have a different installation process. Also you can download the files. If you want to install through .well, you can download the files if this doesn't work to you. So you can download the files, the .well file, and you can install that. And this is on Windows. You can do like this, and you can build also from the source, and there are different installation, but the easiest way is that you can install through pip. So thank you guys, this was the introduction to Pyside2. In the next video I will show you the creation of a window in Pyside2.